Welcome back everyone to another innovative hobby supply video. I'm Adrian Instructor, and today we are going to be assembling the 1/60th scale golf course model kit. One of the most important skills to know before assembling your innovative hobby supply model is scoring. It involves a straight edge and a hobby knife to break the surface tension so the flex stock is able to bend clean. As you can see, I made a practice piece to show you how it's done. Simply line up the ruler along the line and gently press down on the hobby knife on the flex stock. Once done, fold. This technique allows you to make a flat, ordinary piece of flex stock into something more intricate and 3D. Today, we'll be using the standard equipment for this model: a ruler, scissors, watercolor markers, a hobby knife, hot glue gun, and scotch tape. So, let's jump right into it. The very first step is to carefully cut out the art from the kit using a good pair of scissors. I recommend grouping the walls and smaller items into groups to avoid losing anything important. Let's start prepping the front wall. Score only the lines closest to the front wall on both sides. Do not score the outer lines. Use a hobby knife and a ruler for a clean, straight scoring. After scoring both sides, fold the two small side walls inwards to create a 90-degree angle. Lightly touch up the scored edges with a matching watercolor marker for a more realistic finish. Make sure to also touch up the scored seams. Set the piece aside for later. Now collect the left and right front side walls. Score only these two sides, the glue tab, and the closest line to the wall. Avoid scoring the outer line on the small section. Score by using a hobby knife and ruler. Afterwards, fold the glue tab inwards and the small section inwards as well. Touch up the scored seams with a corresponding watercolor marker in the outer edges. This is what it should look like after done. Repeat for the other wall. Collect the back pop-out wall and score the glue tabs on both sides and the lines on the outer edges of the wall. Use a hobby knife and a ruler. Afterwards, fold the small wall section inwards, including the glue tab. Then touch up the scored seams and the outer edges with a corresponding watercolor marker. Put aside for later. Then collect the two side walls and score this line and the glue tabs on both sides with a hobby knife and a ruler. After scoring, fold the small section and the glue tabs inwards. Then touch up with a corresponding watercolor marker. This is what it should look like after folded and touched up. Put aside for later. Once all the walls are scored, let's score the camera tower's lines with a hobby knife and ruler. After scoring, fold into a rectangular cuboid. Once it's gently folded, let's touch up the scored seams. Use a corresponding watercolor marker. I use the color black. Touch up the scored seams gently. Once that's done, use the glue tab on the side and place some hot glue on it. Then connect the walls together. Put aside for later. Then collect the golf course medium tens and score these 4 lines with a hobby knife and a ruler. Fold the glue tab inwards, including the walls, then grab a red watercolor marker and touch up the top triangle edges. Afterwards, place a small amount of hot glue onto the glue tab and then connect the walls together. Do the same thing to the medium blue tent. Repeat the same steps we did for the medium tents by scoring the white lines with a hobby knife and ruler, folding the walls together, touching up the top triangles with a corresponding watercolor marker, put aside for later. Then grab all the small white roofs and score the white middle line with a hobby knife and ruler. After scoring and gently folding, put aside for later. Grab both of the brick chimneys and score the two middle lines, including the glue tabs on both sides and the top white line with a glue tab on top, using a ruler and a hobby knife. Make sure to score the top glue tab before you score the line below it. Fold into a long rectangular cuboid and then touch up the scored seams with a corresponding watercolor marker. Grab the back piece of the chimney, apply hot glue to the upper side glue tabs and the top glue tab. Attach the back piece, making sure it is evenly aligned, then apply hot glue to the remaining tab. Then collect all the dormer roofs and score the white middle line, including the two glue tabs, using a hobby knife and ruler. Afterwards, grab a corresponding watercolor marker and touch up the scored seams, including the outer edges. Repeat the step to all the dormer roofs. Put aside for later. Then grab the big main roof and score the white middle line using a hobby knife and ruler. Fold inwards and put aside for later. Grab the main base and the front wall. Place the front wall evenly along the white lines located at the middle front of the base. Behind the wall, place small globs of hot glue. Hold until dry. Then grab the right front side wall. Place hot glue onto the glue tab and evenly place the side wall against the front wall's line. Then place hot glue right behind the wall. Hold until dry. And this is what it should look like once connected. Repeat the same step to the left side front wall. Then grab the right side wall and place hot glue onto the closest glue tab to the rest of the walls. Evenly place the wall evenly against the front side wall's line. Then place hot glue right behind the wall. Repeat the same step to the left side. Now let's secure the back wall onto the rest of the kit. Glue in one glue tab at a time to the wall. Place hot glue to one of the side glue tabs, line up evenly, repeat on the other side. Then place hot glue right behind the back wall and hold until dry. Grab the back pop-out wall and place hot glue onto one of the tabs. Securing against the back wall, line up the pop-out wall side to the outer brick art located on the back wall. Then glue the other side. It should look like this once done. Grab one of the chimneys and place hot glue onto the glue tabs only, then press it against to the original art on the side walls. Do this to both sides and then grab the roof and place it on top. Rotate the building so the back side is facing you. Collect the back dormer roof and place hot glue onto the glue tabs. Place the dormer on top of the back pop-out wall, gently pushing the glue tabs against the roof. Then rotate the building once again so the front is facing you. Secure the middle front dormer onto the roof. Once that's done, secure the side front dormers on top using the same exact steps. This is what it should look like once the dormers are placed and secured. Then grab the golf course base and the camera tower. Grab the white roof that matches onto the tower, place glue underneath the roof and place on top of the tower. Repeat this step to all the tents. Place the tent anywhere you would like onto the golf course. Once you decided where you would like the tents, secure them onto the base. by placing a small amount of hot glue underneath the walls. Then grab the building kit and gently overlap the main base backside onto the golf course, making sure the pond is on the opposite side of the building. The very last step is to place moss onto the original art bushes located on the main base, using hot glue and the landscape moss that's included. Secure the two trees anywhere you'd like, then grab the front and back sides of the sign and glue them together back to back. Touch up the edges with a corresponding watercolor marker and place it anywhere you'd like. The 1/160th scale golf course model is a level 3 skill kit and will take approximately 1 hour to complete. Once this model is assembled, it is plenty rugged and will give any hobbyist many years of enjoyment for displaying on your train layout. You can get this model and many others on innovativehobbysupply.com. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. If you have any further questions about the building kit that we just assembled today, make sure you check out our website at innovativehobbysupply.com.